This is my cute little co-pilot Aria.
Hey Aria, say hi.
I've got Papa behind the camera today. I've got Aria on my hip. We have coffee brewing and it smells amazing. That is not what's for dinner, however. So let me draw your attention to our components. We have chicken. This is 3 chicken breasts.
4
chicken breasts, skinless, boneless, that I have chopped into little tiny pieces. We've got 3 tablespoons of butter because we're making curry chicken. It's a sweet curry. In here I have about a tablespoon of curry. We have some paprika and some regular table salt. We have some heavy whipping cream. We have 1 container of cream of mushroom soup. This is 12 ounces. We've got 1 onion. This is just a regular yellow onion. You can use any kind you want. The white onions would probably be good too because it's more of a sweeter flavor. And we have 2 Gala apples, just medium-sized apples. Any color would work. I usually tend to buy like Granny Smith, the really tart green apples, just because they don't turn into mush as easy. So, but these are Gala apples, so they're going to be just as good, I guarantee it. And all of these components right here go into making our curry chicken. It's a sweet curry chicken, and we're going to have that over rice. And we have our rice over here that is not started yet because it takes about 30 minutes to do. Cooking this curry chicken with the sauce, typically we bake it, is what I usually do, and it bakes for about 1 hour and 45 minutes.
And the chicken is not cut up.
Correct. Instead, I'm cutting it up into little pieces and I'm going to make the entire meal in a skillet. So the cook time will be a lot faster. When we get all the components in there, well, this is tiring for you. When we get all the components in there, we may have to add some cornstarch to thicken up the mixture if it has not thickened up in the process of hanging out in the skillet and kind of simmering for about ½ an hour is what I was going to be reaching for. So in addition to our dinner over rice, I'm also making a pot of steamed broccoli. So we're just going to be washing those. We're going to be cutting them up into bite-sized pieces, putting them into steam. So we'll check back in a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 3 tablespoons of butter into a warm skillet, and we are going to start the process of cooking our chicken. While that's happening, I'm going to be cutting up the onion and cutting up the apple into pretty much minced tiny pieces. As soon as that's done, I'm putting all of those into there and we're going to saute everything together. So I will check back with you in approximately 2 or 3 minutes when my chicken is sizzling and I've got these ready to go in. And we're back. We've got all the onions and we've got the, well actually not all the onions. This is 1 onion finely chopped and we have 2 apples decently finely chopped. We have my little assistant supervisor who is making sure that I'm doing everything right, and everyone else is doing everything right too. So we're going to go ahead, and as you can see, this chicken has been cooking for the last 2 to 3 minutes that we have been chopping all this stuff up. So it's not quite done yet. If I were to cut one of these open, they still have pink in the middle. But we're going to go ahead and dump in our apples and the onion in there. We're going to get that all stirred up.
She washed her hands, don't worry.
Yeah. And that's not a full onion, by the way. Our supervisor decided...
You mean apple?
Or yeah. What did I say, onion?
Yeah.
Our supervisor decided that we had too much apple and some of it needed to be eaten. So it is almost 2 full apples. So now that we've got this all stirred up, we're going to go ahead and add a few ingredients here. We had paprika, which was on the list. I cannot tell you how much we are putting in. We are just going to lightly sprinkle over everything, just about like that.
The normal 2 cups.
Yeah. 2 cups according to Kai, but actually it's really not that much. I'm going to do the same thing with just regular salt. We're going to go through and put some salt. This is going to be a little bit more than our paprika, but still not overkill.
About 1/8 of a teaspoon.
I have no idea how much this is. All right, and then this was our 1 tablespoon of curry, and we're going to go ahead and pour this over the top.
Oh, gotta
like
love that curry.
Ooh, I love
Look
curry.
at all that curry. Look at that.
So we're going to get this all stirred up, and we are going to saute this until the onions and the apples are both cooked thoroughly. So you don't want them falling apart necessarily, but your onions should be semi-translucent and your apples will be fine, I'm sure. As soon as the onions are done, they'll just be kind of warmed up and cooked a little bit. So we're just going to get this all stirred up, and I'm just going to continue to saute until my onions are done, like I said. And at that point, I will check back with all of you.
I gotta say, guys, it's smelling great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we are, down here. This is all of our mixture with our spices, our onions, our apples, and our chicken. If you take a good look, it's kind of hard to see probably with the lighting as well, but if you notice, our onions are fairly translucent at this point. Chicken should be all the way cooked through, and if it isn't, it should be very near to being cooked through. The apples are nice and soft, but they are not mushy by any means at all, and which is good. So they're very crisp, tender at this point. They just kind of, they're warmed up a bit. So now that we're to this point, we have the final step, basically. So what we have, I got a mixing bowl and I got a whisk. We're gonna open up our cream of mushroom soup. If I can figure out how this works.
Do you want me to do it?
Maybe.
Pull up.
Squeeze
pull up.
4 corners together and then tear along the line.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. Okay, this is a new container that I don't know what to do with myself with, so this is new.
Pop it up. Yep.
Okay, so in goes the cream of mushroom soup. I usually make my own, but I did not have the components
Look how
to do
nice
it
that comes out.
myself.
Oh.
So unfortunately it's out of a can this time. Then we have our heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to use the whole thing, which is approximately 2 cups worth. That's all gonna go in here.
Down the hatch.
Yeah, all in there, just like that. Okay, once that's in there, I'm gonna take my whisk, and I'm gonna make sure that they're pretty much mixed up together. Shouldn't take very long, it should be very easy to mix up. And your consistency will look like this. Looks pretty much just like milk, to be honest. Can't tell that there's anything else in there, except it's a little bit chunky. So we're gonna go ahead and pour this mixture over our stuff that's in here, all of our chicken. Yum. Let me get that out here. So what we're gonna do is, I am going to put this on a medium setting, and it's going to kind of simmer on the higher side for the next 30 minutes. At 30 minutes, I'll check in and see what it looks like. But what we're gonna do is every 5 minutes or so, I'm gonna stop in and I'm going to stir this up to make sure that the consistency is good, that nothing is sticking to the bottom of our pan. This is a cream mixture, so in the past I have said that you never want to boil a cream mixture because it will scald the milk inside. So that's why it's going to be on a medium setting, because I don't want this to actually boil. I just want it to kind of be on a higher simmer, I guess is the best way to describe it. So once it's like this, I'm going to put a lid on it. Like I said, every 5 minutes or so, I'll come and tend to it. I'll stir it up, make sure things are still going the correct way. And since we have about 30 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking our white rice. And as you can see over here, I am in the process of getting our broccoli ready to be steamed. So we have some water in the bottom of the pan, and we got it in a steamer basket, and they're a little bit bigger than bite-sized pieces, little trees as my Aria calls them. So I guess in about 30 minutes, I will check back in with you and we can see what it looks like. So about 15 minutes has gone by, and I wanted you to see the consistency of our mixture. This is everything inside. I'm going to turn this down to a little bit lower than that. It's like 350. It seems to be bubbling pretty good. But I took the lid off, so it should cool off really fast now and won't be so bubbly. So this is what the consistency looks like. It's still pretty runny. And like I was saying, that this dish is typically one that I bake for about 1 hour and 45 minutes. But I wanted to try a skillet version to save some time. That being said, this mixture is a little too runny for my taste. Fairly soon, our rice should be finished. So what I'm going to do to thicken this up is I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. And I'm going to mix it with 2 teaspoons of cold tap water. Make sure that it is cold. It makes a difference. If you were to put it in with warm, it's just going to clump up. It's the same reason that we do it now, and it's not behaving as
Okay, that is freaking awesome watching you try this.
Okay, so now I figured this out. Here we go. So we have 2 teaspoons, and I'm gonna mix it together like I said. That was just ridiculous, but it's kind of funny how I have to give you that. So there's the mixture, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pour that in here just like that. I'm gonna mix it up. It's going to thicken this mixture up exponentially. So it's gonna look really, really good in a matter of a couple minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this down even farther because my rice is not yet done. If my rice was done in about 2 to 3 minutes, dinner would be done. So since we're slowing things down a little bit, like I said, I'm turning this down, I put that in there. We're gonna let it sit for 2 to 5 minutes. When 5 minutes is transpired, I will check in here again and hopefully my rice will be almost done. If that's the case, I can start the broccoli and then dinner will be finished. So I'll check back with you in a few minutes. All right, so 2 to 5 minutes has passed. This is what it looks like now. It resembles that of a very nice, thick gravy. Instead of being as watery as it was, it looks amazing, which means it's time for dinner. So I have on the plate already, I have some broccoli, and it is crisp tender so that, here, your fork will go in very easily, but not too easy. It's not mushy or anything. It's good. So we're gonna get, my tiny human is really excited for dinner. She knows what's coming. So we're gonna put a little bit of white rice here. This is some steamed white rice on our plate. We're gonna add a scoop of this. Can you stop? And there we go. And that, my friends, is what's for dinner. We've got a nice sweet chicken curry over steamed white rice and a side of steamed broccoli. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it might be a good dinner option for you. If you like this video, please give it a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to see more videos just like this or any of my gaming videos or other stuff that I post weekly. And leave me some comments down below. Do you need any tips on food preparation or anything else? Do you have ideas of things you'd like to see prepared? Let me know. Leave those comments down below. So until next time, guys, take care. Bye.